The following videos have been recorded live, making them much harder, if not impossible, to edit. Half of these people are just doing normal shows that have nothing to do with the spirit world until suddenly a ghost shows up, seemingly out of nowhere. Number 10. Haunted Radio. There's not a lot of information available about this video, besides that it was broadcast live somewhere in Albania. Two radio personalities are having a spirited discussion when suddenly they are interrupted by something that neither of them can explain.
Pjesa më e madhe janë pushim dhe po e shijojnë dhe një ditë mrekullueshme që është për jashtë. Wow.
A newspaper flies up on its own in the middle of their conversation, and you don't have to speak the language to see the genuine surprise written all over the man's face as it happens. Still, I would really appreciate it if anyone who speaks Albanian could tell me what was being said, or tell me more about their show if you recognize them. I've watched this video many times, and I see no strings attached to the newspaper or anything like that. Obviously, it can't be magnets either. So if it's not magnets or string, then what could it possibly be besides a haunting? Number 9. Ian's Poltergeist. When Ian Hawke begins experiencing a rash of impossible paranormal activities around his house, he calls a local ghost hunter named Abby Wood to investigate. Abby goes on Facebook Live, and together the two of them wait for something to happen. It is not long before they start getting results.
Anything, come on please, anything.
After begging the ghost to show itself to the world, Ian gets his wish. He provokes the ghost by telling it to keep going and knock over more things. Ian's phone abruptly stops working, but Abby is still able to live stream. Ian tells the ghost to move stuff around one more time, and this time the poltergeist gets even closer to him and sends a cup flying.
If you're there, please show yourself.
I personally don't see any strings in this video, but maybe you do. If this video truly came straight from Abby's Facebook Live like they said, then there isn't any way for them to fake this. Number 8. Telephone Possession. A woman calls into a show to talk about spiritual possession. She is in the middle of her story when suddenly something grabs hold of her mid-sentence and takes over.
Also,
Did anyone else hear a really deep voice say something at the end of that clip? Anyway, she regains her composure and manages to speak a few more sentences. She says that she has been cursed by somebody who is very powerful, but it is hard to understand her because she is clearly upset. The host is trying to get some more information when suddenly the spirit appears to take over once again.
Who created you and why? Huh? To speak or to go to court?
yes, locked.
The poor woman's condition just seems to be getting worse and worse as the conversation carries on. Finally, the host sees that there is little reason to continue speaking with her and hangs up.
Also, when people... I'm sorry, I can't speak no more.
Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah wa salatu wa salam.
What happened to her afterwards is anyone's guess. It's difficult to tell if this video is real without being able to see the caller's face. The full clip is about 7 minutes long, and most of it does not make much sense because of her panic. I guess it could be a fake call, or maybe the caller is on something. Otherwise, I think she could really be possessed. Number 7. Pop. This possibly paranormal video originates from Thailand. A live television interview with a famous clothing model is going well until she changes, and her answers become very strange. This behavior would be bizarre enough coming from any random person, But these responses are coming from a well-known local celebrity, and it just gets even more wild from there. She says that she has become possessed by a malicious spirit that calls itself Pop. This spirit supposedly chose her because of her beauty, and apparently it tells her again and again how badly it wants for her to eat the innards of a pig. It's always complaining to her about its intense hunger. When the host puts a sacred Thai symbol in her face, she shrieks and recoils.
ออกไปไหมออกไปสิออกไหมออกไหมเอาออกไป
According to Thai lore, pop ghosts are said to commonly possess people. I don't want to be disrespectful by getting the rest of the legend wrong. So if anyone could tell me more about pop ghosts, I really want to know about what happens when you are possessed, and especially how to get rid of them. Number 6. The Road Ghost. A man is traveling down a road in Indonesia when his path is blocked by a small child. He stops just in time, only to find the person has vanished. It looks like a little girl with slumped shoulders and all of her hair in front of her face. He gets off his motorcycle to look around for her, perhaps worried that he knocked her back into the woods, and then this happens. She appears for only a split second and then disappears. I understand why he would get off of his motorcycle. If he was worried about her safety and wanted to look for her. But if this were real, then why did he run away instead of climbing back on his motorcycle? Scared or not, I think most people would have climbed back on their bike and taken off, so I'm not so sure about this one. She also kind of looks like the girl from The Ring, so maybe this is just CGI. Number 5. The Wentworth Woodhouse. It's late at night when a team of ghost hunters embark on the historic 17th century Wentworth Woodhouse. In the English town of Rotherham, in search of the paranormal, they are walking around an old stable area when one of them hears footsteps and sees something.
Come on, if you hit, what's that? What's that? There. Carl, I can see it there. Go for it, go.
They rush down the hallway and try to get the spirit's attention, but it continues walking ahead and then disappears. I suppose that this could be a setup and that this is just a member of their team, but look closely and you'll see that the figure appears to be completely transparent. Also, apparently these ghost hunters have been doing this for 15 years without really finding anything. That's a seriously long time, so I think if they were going to fake a stunt, then they would have done it way sooner. Number 4. Watching Barack Obama. This clip is over 5 years old, and it's still gaining attention because it has yet to be officially explained. President Obama is talking about a situation in Syria while a strange face can be seen behind him the entire time. Pay attention to the window to his right.
Our intelligence shows the Assad regime and its forces preparing to use.
It might just be a reflection from all of the activity going on in the White House lawn, but a lot of people say that it's coming from the other side of the glass, inside of the room. I will admit that when you zoom in on the object, it does kind of look like something strange is peering at the two of them from just behind a curtain. Its head is kind of turned to the side, and you can vaguely make out a skeleton with solid black holes for eyes. Let me know if you see what I'm talking about, and tell me what could have possibly made this kind of reflection besides a ghost. I'm not sure exactly what to make of this video, but I will say that spotting a ghost at the White House is probably not that far of a stretch. This building has had a lot happen inside of it over the years and is notoriously haunted, so perhaps this video really does catch something that's beyond our comprehension. Number 3. Weldon Paranormal. An Xbox Kinect is probably the last thing that you would ever expect to use to capture a ghost, but that's what Keith Weldon apparently did on his channel called Weldon Paranormal. This ghost hunter received a call to investigate paranormal activity at an antique store in Rocklin, California, so he packed up his equipment and headed over. The owner of this shop believed that a spirit was attached to an antique piece of furniture. To find the ghost, they used a Kinect camera that's hooked up to a laptop using special ghost hunting software. The software uses the Kinect's motion sensing capabilities to detect and map out any invisible forms in the room. Nothing is happening at first, so after a while, they decide to play old music that's from the same time period as the haunted furniture. Sure enough, they capture a ghost apparently dancing behind them.
And then it has that figure over there and it looks like it's dancing again. Like literally like got rhythm and like,
Oh yeah.
When they turn the music off, they try to interact with the ghost some more.
She's shying away. Yeah. Oh my God.
it's holding your hand.
If this footage is real, then it could be the first time a true human to ghost interaction has ever been recorded. I don't understand the technology behind this equipment, so I can't say if it's real or fake, but if you're a ghost hunting expert and can verify this footage, then please let me know. Number 2. The set. A psychic is attempting to predict the weather on live television when something strange happens behind her.
Yo creo que para las ciudades que antes no nevaba, va a empezar a nevar. Monterrey, Saltillo, hija. Ay, muchachos, las energías que vienen, Los Ángeles que están...
A portion of the stage that's directly behind her collapses in the middle of her prediction. I don't know what she is saying for sure, but I can read that she was predicting the weather and also talking about angels just moments prior to this occurrence. Can somebody please tell me exactly what she was saying right before this happened? A translation might provide us with more clues. If she really was talking about angels, fell down immediately after, then I have to admit that it is a strange coincidence at the very least. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. Also, I recently created a subreddit where you can submit videos and stories for future lists. It's r/chillsnarrator and the link is in the description below. If you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, then hit that subscribe button because I upload a new video every Thursday. If English isn't the only language you speak and you're interested in getting a shout out, click more, then add translations. By translating the video, not only will more people be able to watch it, but a link to your channel will be added in the description. Number 1. The Ghost Infant. This video was taken from a live stream in someone's car. Two friends are singing a popular song by Adele together and just goofing off one night while aimlessly driving. I can't play the clip with sound because the song is copyrighted, but pay attention to the baby seat in the back. It starts out obviously empty, as you can see here in the beginning. However, sometime during their singing, something slowly materializes behind them. Let me know if you can see a ghost child at this point. By the time they finally notice, you can already vaguely see the baby's mouth and other facial features. They are absolutely stunned and quickly turn off the stream without saying another word. I have no possible explanation for this video, besides maybe the shadows playing tricks on them. Still, that's a strange coincidence that begs for a further investigation. A close call can be described as any time something bad almost happens to you. In a way, the people who made this list are somewhat lucky because their close calls could have been so much worse. And of course, don't try to recreate any of these entries on your own.